Cross your fingers, roll the die. Wait with hope for the big 2-0. Cross your fingers, roll the die. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it roll, let it roll, let it roll. Don't give up yet, no, don't ever quit. There's always a chance of a critical hit. Of a critical hit.
Welcome back to Some Friends and a DM. I'm your host and resident DM, Alex Voller. Where we last left off, Vi, Kresh, and Arrant had set sail upon the Pelican to Krakenhold. However, in the middle of the night they were attacked by spectral assailants from a mysterious ship. Our trio were able to fend off the ghastly abominations, not without suffering casualties themselves at the expense of various crew members. The captain of the Pelican, in order to repair their ship, has changed their course to the small town of Pearl Cove. Was this just a one-time occurrence, or have our players gotten caught up in something larger than themselves? Pull up a chair, get comfy. We're all friends here, and see what happens next, here, on Some Friends and a DM.
Oh, it's making a longer video.
Oh, what? What do you mean it's making a longer video?
Well, I mean, the call. Oh,
the
maybe
call's
it
still
will make
going
a new...
on.
No,
it's
you're
gonna
right.
make a new recording.
It is gonna make a new recording. Sorry.
I was trying to do like when you just start Ocarina of Time and you start in the town and you like wake up. And now that
Okay, you can do it
whole
again.
bit is.
8-bit.
It's a
What's
new
the
morning. It's a new day.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Hey, listen! That's what I was just gonna ask.
Listen,
Oh my gosh.
Hey, look over here. You guys are wake up in the illustrious town of Pearl Cove. As you look around, it's a small town, not much to brag about. You can clearly tell the wood of the docks that you have pulled into, and the various buildings and homes there are dark from water stains due to a rising tide and strong rains. The smell of the salty sea and wet gravel fills your nose. Looking around, you notice a solitary lighthouse built on some rocks separate from the town itself, but a wood bridge connects it to a different cliff ledge. And you see what looks like maybe some sort of tunnel through the hillside back down into Pearl Cove. You also notice that there's quite a lack of ships, besides a couple of fishing boats and a lone ship currently being loaded. You see also a building near the docks that is much larger than the meager, you assume, homes that make up this little town.
Large building, lighthouse.
Large building,
Other
lighthouse, other boats. Otherwise, not much is going on in Pearl Cove. You're not greeted by dock hands or anything like that. The main crew just pretty much begins to kind of wake up, disembark, and kind of start assessing damages and things like that. The captain just kind of comes to you guys and just like, we'll probably be here 1-2 days. Feel free to laze about. Help is always
Enough
appreciated.
said. Bye. Other one. I don't get your name yet. Let's go explore.
I guess I follow.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Oh.
Follow the leader.
Crash.
The leader.
Crash
Gotta be
is
careful
the-
to get sued.
You don't know. You don't know.
Copyright. Yeah. Right.
TM.
I do not.
Yeah, so Crash is going to use her supersonic bard senses to pick up the local haunts. Ooh, maybe not using the word haunts because
See a cemetery up to the northeast.
Too soon. But is there a local place to hang out and mayhaps grab some sort of a beverage?
Yeah. You get off the boat head down the docks a bit. And that large building catches your eye, Crush. You see a sign that says the Barnacled Public House, and it is aptly named, as the side of the building closest to the docks in the water is covered in barnacles. As you get closer, it's clearly a form like it was dilapidated, run down, and has been constantly restored. You could venture a guess that hardly any of the wood you see there is of the original building, which begs the old philosophical question. But we won't get into that. That's for a different podcast. If you know, you're cool. One wall faces sea, barnacles. If I said that. There's some faint light under the doorway, but no noise escapes through the cracks of this pub. But the smell of alcohol hitting your nose definitely tells you that this place is well loved and gets plenty of business, even if it's just regulars.
Great.
You step on in.
Yeah, we bust in. Crush kicks open the door, and she says, "Don't worry, everybody. Crush Horde Tally is here. It has begun, along with my pals Vi and hey, what's
Oh, Irene.
Irene. We're here for a drink or two to hear the local biz. What's up?"
You kind of roll me a charisma saving throw.
Oh yeah.
As
Give
you
it to me.
kind of give yourselves
Give it to me.
this kind of showy, flashy entrance, and you look around. There's not much in here.
How's a 23 hit ya?
23 is good. You feel the tension, but no matter. It's just rolling off your back. You just see a small handful of people in this place. You see a middle-aged woman tending to the bar, an older gentleman sitting at the bar as well, just kind of sipping quietly on the last bit of drink. You see two younger sailors, red with intoxication, who kind of give like a little cheer with your declaration of parte, even though it is quite early in the morning. Everyone in this place is human, except for one. You all notice a water genasi tuning a lute in an open space that has been made by setting a couple of the tables on top of each other and kind of pushed off to the side. The genasi is very well dressed and quite ostentatious, but their energy and composure seems to speak more dignified than flashy, like their clothes seem to suggest.
What are you saying? What are you saying? Are you saying I'm flashy? What are you saying? I'm plenty dignified. Crush walks up to the bar and scrambles up onto a bar stool that is inevitably too tall for her, and she wraps her little knuckles on the bar top and says, "Give us what's local. Give us what's good around here." And she notices you guys are kind of lingering behind, and she like pats the little stools next to her.
I will go and take a seat. I will take off my cloak and hold it in my lap. And I'll probably drink whatever is given to me, but I'm gonna try to pay attention to the water genasi bard and whatever they're saying and singing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the woman kind of dips out for a moment and comes back with 3 drinks. Just some sort of light colored ale. She's like, "This is as local as it gets," and slides them to you. It'll be about like a silver piece for each, so 3 silver total for whoever wants to.
Yeah. Crush has got it. Crush will flip the bill. Don't worry. She
Oh,
slides
did you say
across.
free drinks?
Oh, you're buying. All right.
Yeah, I'm talking to Vi, not
Oh,
Trinity.
it's open bar.
Oh, darn.
Well, you take a sip and it's you've had better. Definitely this is the morning ale versus the evening ale. So it's a little watered down.
Yeah, all right.
At that point, the Genasi's finished tuning their lute and has begun playing a song. The song itself matching this sort of quiet atmosphere, giving off a feeling of melancholy and just the lapping of waves as they play.
Crush leans in with her narrow eyes and a little grin on her face. She kind of leans over to the bartender, but says, it looks like she's trying to be secretive, but she's saying much louder than a secret. She says, "I tell you what happened to us on the way here, but I'm afraid you wouldn't believe me, and I don't want to be known as a liar."
The woman tending to the bar just kind of raises an eyebrow.
Can't be too strange.
She says, "What about ghosts?"
You hear kind of a snort come from the man sitting there. It's like, strange, but like I said, not too strange.
Crush's grin drops. "You've heard stranger than ghosts? Ghosts that kill a man? That suck his meat right up against his bones until he falls down dead, clattering on the ship?
Well, I haven't
It was
heard.
wild."
She's kind of taken aback and a little disturbed at this early in the morning. Well, I haven't heard it put quite that way, but ghosts have been pretty common around here lately, so yes, not that strange.
Crush sips her drink a little bit.
Seemingly with the mood of the conversation, the song switches, and the Jossie begins to sing as well with this new song. Their song, still sort of wayward and lost, but quite sweet as they begin to spin a tale of love. Specifically, someone named Captain Deor.
In Crush's experience, is this player, this lute player, pretty skilled, or are they kind of like, they're so, like local kid with a little guitar, you know?
Yeah,
What's the take?
You can tell that they are definitely a well-trained performer. But you can definitely tell though too, they are very focused on what they are doing. It seemed almost like, oh yes, I'm an artist. This is what I do, and they're like very kind of not pompous over that kind of. They're the kind of people who say, it's not a movie, it's a film. It's not a photo. I do photography. I take photographs, and they're very like technical and specific.
So not like that, or like that?
No, it definitely strikes you
like
as that.
Okay, gotcha.
Irene will lean in to Crush, and I'll just whisper, "This guy seems really into his craft." Like,
Yeah.
kind of. I see guys like this come into the school all the time. Like, he's good, but
Come
you know,
on, lose it
let
up.
the art speak for itself. You don't have to.
Right.
Right. That's right. Crush says, "What school do you go to? You a bard too?"
Oh, no, I'm not a bard. I just go to one of the schools in Valkyria. I mostly just research histories and stuff like that, so...
Oh. Research.
Who dat?
Histories. Who dat? That my husband.
Go on, get. Cut this out.
It's my familiar.
It's your familiar. Human familiar.
That's called slavery, okay? We're not about that here. 2020, we're ending
It's like
that.
Mage Hand, but a full person.
Mage.
Unseen servant,
Man.
but I can see
Mage,
them.
guys. Mage man.
Mage Man.
Mage Man.
I cast Mage Man. Mage Man is here to save the day. It's like a super that takes on the persona of a mage, but cannot do magic themselves. Mage Man.
Mage.
Time for Alchema. To get the hero. Not that it wants, but the hero that it deserves. Mage Man.
Oh my gosh.
Christian Bale is
Mage Man. I'm Mage Man. Yeah.
So you say that about studying histories, researching histories and stuff, and you can tell Crush is trying make her eyes not glaze over, but you can, like, if you're looking for it, you can tell she's a little bit like, oh, No, history. Okay. That's fine, I guess. She
Roughly at.
She goes, yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
cool. Yeah, cool. That's pretty cool.
Well, the more cool thing is that I learned Druidcraft, so I can turn into animals.
Ah, what's your favorite? What's the crowd pleaser?
Anything marine-like, so octopus and whales and sharks and stuff like that. That's my favorite, but usually we're not close to water, so those are kind of rare for me. Panthers, though, those are cool.
I don't even know. I've never even seen one of those. But have you ever seen a panther?
Have I seen a panther?
Roll panther check.
Roll panther check. Let me see.
Roughly at this point, too, the two younger sailors begin to heckle the Genasi. It's just kind of, oh, it's early. Play something a little more lively, a little more upbeat. And at that moment, the Genasi turns to them, acknowledges them, and begins to play an even slower song.
That's sick.
And as this one changes and shifts, this one he begins singing about a terror on the seas, and a ghost ship.
Oh, he knows.
Ooh. I'm gonna listen in on that one.
Yeah. This one.
What is it? Okay, now you go ahead.
This song, ominous and heavy. The lyrics vague and ambiguous. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Oh no.
Oh no.
I have a really good bonus though. So 9. But I rolled a 2.
A 9.
Whoa.
But you rolled a 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get a feeling, it's similar. You also get the feeling that maybe they are coming up with it on the spot, just to kind of be spiteful. But this tale of Ghost Ship, it feels almost uncanny though.
Like uncanny in the way that
Uncanny
it's
that you-
similar to us.
Yeah, that like you would have had this weird encounter, and then you come to this town. The barmaid is like, "Yeah, I know, this is ghost. That ain't nothing." And then this bard starts singing a song about ghosts and ghost ships. And
Wait a
Uh-huh.
second.
Gotcha.
yeah, at this point, the hecklers chime again. It's like, "Come on, it's all for that. We know it ain't true. It's just a bunch of pansies and cowards." The old man kind of, at that point, just like, "You hush your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about."
Wait, to us?
No, to the hecklers.
Oh, okay.
"Oh, come on, old man. They've been on the sea plenty much as you. If you did, you wouldn't be mocking her like you are now." Almost with perfect timing, another person enters into the room. "There you guys are, come on. Captain's gonna be pissed that you're not there." And they're
This
like,
isn't our
fine. Let's just finish our drinks. No, you guys gotta come now. And he comes and picks them up by the scruff of their necks, and begins taking them out of the pub.
Well, they didn't seem afraid of no ghosts.
That's a Ghostbusters reference.
That's Ghostbusters reference. They ain't scared of
And as they exit, almost to be spiteful, once again, the bard changes yet another time and starts playing something upbeat.
Oh my gosh. That's a mood.
Big mood.
Crush kind of leans down the bar to look at the old man, the dude that's sitting there that addressed the hecklers, and she says, "You got a tale to weave, old man?"
He just looks over at you. "No."
Ah, well, you sounded like you had some interesting experiences under your well-worn leather belt.
That's what happens when you get older. You have experiences.
Would you happen to have any experiences with a ship full of ghosts that crashes into other ships and sucks the life out of sailors?
He turns towards you now. What if I have?
Well, then that would be really interesting, wouldn't it? Because we just had one ourselves.
And you got out?
Yeah. Can you believe it?
No. But then again, I'm here, so...
Crush leans back and she just kind of nods like, mm-hmm.
So, you, don't look like sailors. You just hitch a ride and got unlucky?
Yeah, pretty much.
Look,
Not gonna let it stay unlucky.
Well, if you want luck on your side, head up to the lighthouse. Drop off a sacrifice, gift to Mother Pearl, or Mother Pearl, whatever you see fit. It helps.
Mother Pearl? Who's that?
Mother of Pearl, or Mother Pearl. She's the patron of Pearl Cove. Reason we're here. Look, the sea is dangerous. It's always good to have a little extra help. So if you're sailing back out there, I'd highly recommend it, seeing as you're not the sailing type to begin with.
Can't say I disagree. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Crush
Can't
gives
hurt.
gives a little salute, a little mock. Well, not mocking salute. This is probably what she thinks a salute looks like. But definitely like her forearm
As
to
you
her
are-
forehead. She says, "Aye, aye. Let's do it."
Dude, please don't. That's offensive.
Yeah.
That's a microaggression. I understand you wouldn't have known about it because you're not a sailor, but that's not
Oh, no.
something that's
I'm a
okay.
sailor. I sailed all the way.
Just because you stood on a boat for like a day does not make you a sailor. It makes you a passenger, if anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand up and put my cloak on, and I'm gonna say, "Well, thank you so much," and I'm gonna pick Crush up by the hood of her cloak and place her down on the ground.
He finishes his drink and just kind of sets money down, and then he gets up to leave.
Alright. Crush, as soon as her little feet hit the floor, will readjust her cream feather-collared cloak, and will walk over to the Genasi, to the bard over there in the corner. And she says, "I just wanted to come over here to say, game recognizes game. You put on a good show over there. Hecklers be darned. Where'd you study at?"
And as they're still playing a song, and they kind of like out of the corner of their eye look at you, keeps playing, and then finds the perfect moment and just keeps playing, and then eventually brings the song to an end. Kind of puts the lute down. I'm sorry. What can I help you?
Well, I'm sure you could in some way. But that's not what I'm here for. I'm just here to say good job. Bard's gotta, stick together. We gotta get our names out there, right?
I would assume so.
Koresh Hordtally. And she, puts her hand up to shake their hand.
They look at you, just kind of. Make a insight check.
Insight. Where'd my D20 go? Oh, bad rolls. Trained at insight, though. How's about a 10?
A 10. It's hard to read their face. One, from the lack of expression. Two, from the lack of features. As it just looks more like just kind of flowing water, almost giving like an androgynous kind of look to them. But you kind of get this feeling that same kind of pompous ostentatiousness, even though you were both bards, they don't seem to have the same kind of recognition that you might have for other people and things. But they take your hand, kind of give it a nice little touch and slight shake. Riptide.
Riptide. Cool. Well, when I tell people about this place, I'll throw your name in there and you will do the same, yeah? You can tell them you met Crush for Tally. By the way,
Oh,
if you ever...
Crash Horde Tab. Oh, yes.
Crush is going to start to react happy and then realize she probably can't read whether or not they're being sarcastic, so she's just gonna gloss over it. And she leans in kind of like two pals. She goes, by the way, if you ever find that your loot isn't quite rounding it out enough for you, she pulls out a little wooden egg out of her bag. She says, I got an egg shaker. Get you some percussion up in there. It's like, we can team up a little bit. She backs up. She just holds it in her hand. She says, just think about it. She said, I don't want to step in on your gig here, but egg shaker. Think about it.
They just kind of look at you, slightly dumbfounded, that you would bother to approach someone and let them know that you got an egg shaker. Oh, baby.
Like, he's got no
Of
percussion.
all
He's got
auxiliary
one.
percussion out there, egg
Hey,
shaker.
She is to the
Get
egg
them going.
shaker what Stevie Nicks is to the tambourine, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all about reputation and brand. Listen, in
No one
Crush's
does
mind,
an egg shaker like Crash.
one
You want
is...
an egg shaker? Get Crash.
Listen, loot, that's cool. Loot plus egg shaker, that's 2 instruments instead of 1, twice as good.
That is
There you go.
Crush, without waiting for a real reaction on the part of Riptide, the Genasi, will turn on her heel, give the egg shaker one last shake, put it back in her bag, and say, Arrant, shall we?
All right. And I'll hold open the door for them on the way out.
You
Realizing
guys-
that everyone's leaving, Vi is going to down his drink, stand up, and walk out the door.
Alright.
All right, my man. I'll pat his back.
Make a constitution check to see how you're...
Oh, God.
Even though it is watered down, see, you just
It is.
downed it.
You
so-
said it was like 50% water.
Yeah, but you downed it. You gotta find out if you're a lightweight.
Ooh, that's a 19 plus.
Dragonborn, not a lightweight.
Not a lightweight.
Not a lightweight. Alright. At least when it comes to morning ale. Then you're good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys head on out. You see a couple odd signs directing towards the lighthouse. You head towards the north end of the town and the hillside. You see a tunnel entrance into the hill that says, to the lighthouse.
I don't know. What do you think? Do you trust it?
This sign, it's a sign. It's got words, and I don't think we can trust that.
It looks a little sus.
So what you're saying is there's a hole with the sign saying that we have to go through this hole to get to said
More
lighthouse.
than like it's. You can tell it's carved out. It's not just like a hole in the wall. And you're like, oh, you gotta crawl.
It's
through
not
a
like a
hole.
Looney Tunes.
No,
It's not like a
it's
Looney
not a
Tunes where
Looney.
Bugs Bunny paints a
A
cave
circle.
on the side of a wall.
Wile E. Coyote is not running into this wall anytime soon.
Oh, sad. Alright. Looking at the sign, Crash say that Vi's gonna look at it and be like, I don't think we have a choice. And he's gonna walk in.
All right. You face plant into the wall as you fell for the oldest trick in the book, the painting.
Ah!
Oh,
You
no.
are. You're gonna take 9 points of. You walk into the tunnel. Yeah.
Okay, good. For a second there, I was like, ah, crap.
I know you got me.
Yeah.
Boy.
this has been Some Friends and a DM. Special thanks to Weston from Arcane Anthems for free use of their music. You can follow them over at Arcane Anthems on Instagram and support their amazing work through their Patreon. And a special thank you to you listening as well. This wouldn't be possible without you. If you enjoyed our show, please leave a review, tell your D&D loving friends, and follow us also on Instagram at Some Friends and a DM for updates and just more great D&D content. Again, thank you for listening, and until next time.